विनायक नमस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदक प्रिय निर्विघ्नं कुरु नो देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामः सिद्धिर्भवतु नो सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि। श्रीरघुराम चारुतुलसीदलधाम शमक्षमादिशृङ्गारगुणाभिराम त्रिजगन्नतशौर्यरमाललाम दुर्वारुकबन्धराक्षसविराम जगज्जनकल्मषार्णवोत्तारकनाम भद्रगिरिदाशरथी करुणापयोनिधि। आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनूमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। अष्टषष्टितमः सर्गः। तपोबलहतान् कृत्वा
तपोबलं त्वां कृत्वा
तपोबलहतान् कृत्वा
तपोबलं हतान् कृत्वा
वासिष्ठान् समहोदयान्
वासिष्ठान् समोदयान्।
Listen and read, no? Listen and say, don't read. Just listen, as that's why I'm telling very slowly. ऋषि मध्ये महातेजाः
ऋषिमध्ये महातेजाः
विश्वामित्रोऽभ्यभाषत
विश्वामित्रोऽभ्यभाषत।
So, tapobala hatan kritva. Whatever was their tapobala, hatan kritva, by defeating all the tapobala of whom Vasishthan, sa Mahodayan, along with Mahodaya, all the Vasishthas, by ridding them of their tapobala, Rishimadhye, in the midst of all the rishis, Mahatejaha viśwāmitraha abhyabhāshata. He stopped his speech there, took a while, and then said, okay, whatever is that, forget them. Now let me tell you what we are going to do next, is what he's saying. Ayam ikshvaku dayadaha.
Ayam ikshvaku dayadaha.
Triśanku iti vishrutaha.
Triśanku iti vishrutaha.
Dharmishtascha vadanyascha.
Dharmishtascha vadanyascha.
Mam chaiva sharanam gataha.
Mam chaiva sharanam gataha.
Tenanena sharirena.
Tenanena sharirena.
Devaloka jigishaya.
Devaloka jigishaya.
So he's okay, continue. All right, let's forget about the, all right, let's forget the Vasishta and Mahodaya. Anyway, I cursed all of them. I am now rid of my vengeance on them. Let me now focus, come back to the focused activity. So he is addressing all the rishis. Rishimadhye abhyabhashata. So he is addressing all the rishis whom his sishyas have brought from across the world. What is he saying? I am ikshvaku dayadaha. I am is this, he in Punlinga. Ayam, he is Ikshvaku Dayadaha, a relative, one of the descendants of Ikshvaku. Dayadaha is a relative, is a cousin relative. So of the Ikshvakus, he is a relative. Trishankuhu iti Vishrutaha. He is popularly known by name Trishankuhu. Dharmishtaha. Yes, he is established in dharma always. Vadanyascha. Vadanyaha is one who is who speaks up to dharma. Dharmishtaha vadanyascha. Mam chaiva sharanam gataha. And he has come to seek my sharanam, my shelter. For what? Devaloka jigishaya. With jigisha. Jigisha is that ichha. Gantum ichha jigisha. Gantum ichha is jigisha. So Devaloka jigishaya, with that desire to go to Devaloka, anena tena sharirena, with his this body itself. Anena, ayam anena, idam anena, idam shariram, anena sharirena, tena of his. So of his, with this body itself, he wants to go to Devalokam. And with that purpose, he came to us, he came to me. So, yathayam swasharirena.
Yathayam swasharirena.
Swargalokam gamishyati.
Swargalokam gamishyati.
Tatha pravartyatam yajnaha.
Tatha pravartyatam yajna.
Bhavadbhischa maya saha.
Bhavadbhischa maya saha.
Maya saha. So he is continuing his instruction, saying initially he introduced Trishanku, what purpose he came for, and now what you should do. Yatha ayam sharirena swasharirena swargalokam gamishyati. So in Sanskritam, when we teach, we say yatha tatha. When we teach that, we ask them to say several examples. So students will say yatha raja tatha praja. So now if somebody has read Ramayanam already, he can quote this as a reference. Yatha ayam swasharirena swargalokam gavishyati tatha bhavadbhihi maya saha yajnaha pravartyatam. Yatha tatha. Jaisa apna sharir se swasharirena, with his own body, Swargalokam gamishyati, that with his own body, just as, not just as, yatha, how do we say in English? Yatha, just as, I don't know.
As is.
As it is.
As is.
As he is going to the
is,
body. As he is ascending the Swarga.
Just as he may go to Swargaloka with his own body, so shall we, all of you along with me, perform the yajna. Let's do that yajna by which this Trishanku can go to Swargaloka with his own body as he wishes. So that is the instruction he gave to all the rishis. Viśwāmitra vacha shrutva.
Viśwāmitra vacha shrutva.
Sarva eva maharshayah.
Sarva eva maharshayah.
Uchus sametya sahitah.
Uchus sametya sahitah.
Dharmajñā dharma samhitam.
Dharmajñā dharma samhitam.
So Viśwāmitra vacha shrutva, by listening to the instructions of Viśwāmitra, sarva maharshayah eva, all the maharshis, sametya, by coming together, dharma samhitam sahitah, along with good wishes for Viśwāmitra and Triśanku, dharmajñāha, dharma aware people, dharma samhitam uchuhu. They have responded back with dharma, with dharmic response. Uchuhu, they said. What did he say? What did they say? Ayam kushika dayado.
Ayam kushika dayado.
Munih paramakopanaha.
Munih paramakopanaha. Kopanaha.
Yadaha vachanam samyag.
Yadaha vachanam samyag.
Etat karyam na samshayaha.
Etat karyam na samshayaha.
So Viśwāmitra instructed them. Now they are saying among themselves, Sametya, having come together, all of them, they are saying this. Ayam kushika dayadaha. Hey, seems like this person is also Kushika's dayada. He is a descendant of Kushika. Munihi paramakopanaha. Bhaiya, this Kushika's descendant, this Viśwāmitra, paramakopanaha. Baapre, bahukopi hai bhai. So yadaha vachanam. They are saying slowly among themselves. They are telling each other, let's be careful. Otherwise, we also get cursed. We also might get cursed. So with that fear, they are saying, Yeshaha ayam kushika dayadaha munihi paramakopanaha. Bahu kopi hai. Yadaham yad vachanam aha. Whatever he has instructed us. Samyak etad karyam. We got to do that. Karyam means kartavyam. We have to do it. We got to do it in American English. Samyak etad karyam. We got to do that properly. Na samshayaha. No doubts. No questions here anymore. Whatever he has instructed, let us do it thoroughly, samyak, properly, so that we are not pointed fingers at by him and again cursed or whatever. So I am paramakopana. So he's talking in lower voice. Agnikalpo hi Bhagavan.
Anyakalpo hi Bhagavan.
Shapam dasyati roshitaha.
Shapam dasyati roshitaha.
Tasmat pravartyatam yajnaha.
Tasmad pravartyatam yajnaha.
Sa shariro yatha divam.
Sa shariro yatha divam.
So they are continuing saying, because he's a kopanaha, roshitaha. Agar unko rosh aa gaya, roshitaha, rosh aa gaya, to agnikalpaha, he is like, he'll become fiery, like fire. And of course, because he is Agnihotra also, but agnikalpaha, Bhagavan shapam dasyati. Bapre, we just heard him giving such horrible curses for just declining dharmically. It's their wish. So what? He didn't take it like that. Itna shap diya. If we make mistakes, punaha Bhagavan roshitaha shapam dasyati. He will give us shapa. Tasmat. Hence, therefore, sashariraha yatha divam tatha yajnaha pravartyatam. So let us all make sure that this yajna may be performed successfully, so that this fellow Triśanku can go with this his own body to Divam, to Svargaloka, to Akasha, to Svargaloka. Gacche dikshvakudayadaha.
Gacche dikshvakudayadaha.
Viśvāmitrasya tejasa.
Viśvāmitrasya tejasa.
Tatha pravartyatam yajnaha.
Tatha pravartyatam yajnaha.
Sarve samadhitishtata.
Sarve samadhitishtata.
So they are continuing. So sashariro yatha divam gachet. In fact, that is a continuation from the previous shloka. Tasmat yajnaha, tasmat sashariraha yatha divam gachet tatha yajnaha pravartyatam. That's how we can do the Anvaya. So they are continuing to say tatha gachet, because he is Ikshvaku Dayadaha. Vishwamitrasya tejasa, by blessings of Vishwamitra, this descendant of Ikshvaku has come here, and lest we get shapa, let us perform this yajna perfectly, thoroughly, so that this fellow will finally go to Svargaloka in his own body. Tatha pravartyatam yajnaha sarve samadhitishtata, samyak adhitishtata. All of you take your positions, take your places, take your roles properly and perform them thoroughly, so that, at least this Trishanku fellow may go to Swarga, and we are relieved of any potential curses from Vishwamitra. Should we continue, or 833? Let's continue for a few more slokas. Then we can stop after that. Eva muktva maharshayah.
Eva muktva maharshayah.
Chakrustastah kriyastada.
Chakrustastah kriyastada.
Yajakascha mahatejah.
Yajakascha mahateja.
Vishwamitro bhavat kratau.
Viśwāmitro bhavat kratau.
So having sort of suggested each others, saying, hey bhai, let's do it properly.
Perform.
Why get into again bad names of Vishwamitra and unnecessarily get all those shapas? Let's do one thing. Let's evam uktva maharshayah taha kriyaha tada chakruhu. Taha apna those my father says, those whose assigned tasks, those have performed them, something like that. So taha kriyaha tada chakruhu sarve evam uktva maharshayah. All these maharshis, having told each other and prepared for the yajna, they have started performing kriyaha, whatever are the kriyas, activities that are assigned to them in their respective activities that are assigned to them in that yajna. And Mahatejaha Vishwamitraha Kratau Yajakaha Abhavat. Vishwamitra, Mahateja Vishwamitra also in that Kratu, in that yajna, became Yajakaha. He became the Yajaka there. Ritvijaschanupurvyena.
Ritvikashchanupurvena.
Mantravan mantra kovidah.
Mantravan mantra kovidah.
Chakrus sarvani karmani.
Chakrus sarvani karmani.
Yatha kalpam yatha vidhi.
Yatha kalpam yatha vidhi.
Ritvijaha, Ritvik, Bahuvachanam Ritvijaha. Ritvijaha cha Anupurvyena, as instructed, as was done before. Anupurvyena mantravat mantrakovidaha. Those who are stalwarts of mantras, experts in mantras, such mantrakovidaha, mantravat, just as mantra has to be uttered in that perfect way, mantravat, sarvani karmani yatha kalpam yatha vidhi chakruhu. All the activities of yajna, yatha kalpam, as prescribed by kalpa, yatha vidhi, as per the processes in the smritis. They have all performed their respective activities. Tatah kalena mahata.
Tatah kalena mahata.
Vishwamitro mahatapaha.
Viśwāmitro mahatapaha.
Chakaravahanam tatra.
Chakaravahanam tatra.
Bhagartham sarvadevataha.
Bhagartham sarvadevataha.
So, after tatah mahata kalena, so they performed this yajna for a very long time. And after that long time of yajna, Mahatapaha Vishwamitraha, finally Vishwamitra, when he thought, okay, everything is come to a proper conclusion, concludable stage, then Avahanam Chakara, he did the Avahanam of all gods. So that Sarva Devataha Bhagartham Avahanam Chakara. So he did invite Ahvanam, Avahanam of all the Devataha for their respective Bhagaha, Bhagartham. Does anyone remember our Sangatan mantra where we use this Bhaga word?
Yatha bhagam, something.
Yatha bhagam.
I don't remember the other things.
Yatha bhagam. Deva yajne yatha bhagam. Sanjana nam upasate. That's how it goes.
Right.
Just as gods in the past have come together to take their respective parts, so also we all shall work together and get respective results in parts without being aggressive of taking over everything. No, we'll take our respective parts as per our eligibility, as per our contribution. So, Bhagartham Sarvadevata Yatha Bhagam, says the Rigveda Sangatana mantra. So, Chakara Avahanam Tatra Bhagartham Sarvadevata. Let's conclude with this part. Nabhyagamam stadahuta.
Nabhyagamam stadahuta.
Bhagartham Sarvadevata.
Bhagartham sarvadevataha.
So, Vasishtaha were right. What did they say? Katham bhoktaraha surarshayah chandalasya yajakaha kshatriyo yasya katham bhagam katham bhoktaraha surarshayah was the question that they have asked. And that is true. Now Vishwamitra finally gave the Avahanam to all Sarvadevataha. But what happened? Sarvadevataha Bhagartham na ahutaha, even though they were invited. Ahutaha. Ahutaha Bhagartham ahutaha Sarvadevataha na abhyagaman. Past tense, they have not come. They have not come. Two important lessons to learn from here, from this line. Let us see what best we can do. I mean, even I am, when I think of myself also, I am also in, I also find myself guilty of it. But the lesson, gods come if we do proper vidhi purvakam, yatha vidhi, yatha kalpam, shuchi, sankalpena, yatha sankalpaha. If we do the yajna, homa, tapas, puja, then gods will come. First lesson. Why? Because the opposite is, if you don't do yatha vidhi, yatha kalpam, and if you do violations, you put a chandala as a yajman there, and a kshatriya is doing the yajaka role. So, unprescribed, in an unprescribed manner, if you do, gods will deny, they won't come. Two, both corollaries we have seen. So if you do perfectly like Dasharatha did, even Vishnu came, Brahma came, all of them were discussing, you remember? Arey, how will this Ravana, this fellow is killing us? How do we do? Tvam gatih paramadeva, sarvesham nah parantapa, vadhaya devashatrunam, nranam loke manah kuru, said all the gods with Brahman Paraskritya to Vishnu. You remember? So gods will come. Now the next question is, we are all good people. We'll try to engage good Purohita and do the yajnas and all Brahma properly. Let's say we are doing Satyanarayana Vrata. We invite each Lokapalakaha. Then we invite all Ashtadikpalakaha. Then we invite the Ganapati there, and in the Kalasham we invite Sakshat Vishnu, Satyanarayana there, and then with all of them present there, Grahaha, Navagrahaha, Ashtadikpalakaha, Panchalokapalakaha, Satyanarayana, Ganapatihi, with all of them present there, if we don't pay that attention, just imagine, we are also invited, we are sitting on the stage, and the audience are jalpanam, meaning gossiping, we are talking, we are giving a lecture, but these fellows are doing their own respective tasks. They put all videos off. We don't know what they're doing. They go off and do whatever. What is the feeling of a poor guy on the stage? So also, gods also get indignated. So as much as possible, when we do Vaidika karmas, again, it's a wish, theoretical wish. Even for me, I have to violate it. For example, for my daughter's marriage, I've been thinking, originally since beginning, my plan has always been that I invite very limited audience. Those who are Vaidika Jnaha, those who know Vedas, such people only, those who can understand what mantra is going on and can bless accordingly. Only such limited number I wanted to always invite for the actual Vivaha part. And for reception, through a bash part, invite thousands, 10,000s, doesn't matter, because there it is only for enjoyment. But this Vaidika karma, when it happens, there I wanted only few. Why? Because of this. We are inviting gods, they come, we want audience to pay attention to them, to pay respect to them, to the invitees. Ahutaha, bhagartham ahutaha, sarvadevataha, either nabhyagaman, either they won't come if we don't show respect. Or if they come, because the Brahma and Advaryu and Ritviks there are good people, they are able to do mantra sahitam, mantravat, mantra kovidaha. If they do properly, then gods will come, then we should not disrespect them. An ideal, theoretical, hypothetical wish. Let us see who all, when can we perform that. Tatah krodha samavishto.
Tatah krodha samavishto.
Viśwāmitro mahamunihi.
Viśwāmitro mahamunihi.
Sruvam udyamya sakrodha.
Sruvam udyoga sakrodha.
Triśanku midamabravīt.
Triśanku midamabravīt.
So sakrodha. Tataha krodha samavishtaha, meaning all surrounded, all occupied with krodha. Because what? I have invited gods and you haven't come. And we saw yesterday also that how important this line is about any avahanam of devatas, of grahas, of lokapalakas, of dikpalakas when we do in various pujas, that how conscious we should be. So that means they do come. Now, in this case, they did not come. So, krodha samavishtaha, Viśwāmitra got very angry. How come you didn't come? You always come when we do avahanam. But how come you did not come? So, Viśwāmitro mahamunihi, krodha samavishtaha, sruvam udyamya. Sruk, sruvam are the two devices, two tools or devices used in typical homa. Two sort of ordinary languages, spoons, long spoons will be.
Wooden ladles.
Wooden ladles, yeah. From where you take the ajyam and pour into the other one, and with that you offer it as havis in the fire, in the Agnihotra. So, Sruvam Udyamya, he took it up as if it's a danda or something. The moment you take up like this, it is to begin a charge or begin a, you know, right? I mean, if you take up danda like this, obviously the other side people, they get alerted, they get jolted. Oh, something is going to happen now, right? So, Sruvam Udyamya sakrodha triśankum idam abravīt. Sakrodha. So, already krodha samavishtaha is already used. here, which means he was full of krodha, occupied with krodha. Again sakrodhaha. So here, this is slightly linguistically differently interpreted. Sakraha means atikriya sahitaha. Sakraha adhaha. Because there is a here, then sakraha becomes visarga sandhi sakro. Sakro and a is lopa. Dha. Sakrodhaha. So imagine sakro and an avagraha and then dha. Sakrodhaha. So means sakraha is atikriya sahitaha. Adhaha. Adhaha is kopantar dharana samarthaha. So sakrodhaha here means kopa antardharana samarthaha. One who has kopa inside and can also contain it inside. So initially he was krodha samavishtaha, but then he contained it. Okay, let me cool down, kind of a reaction. So sakrodha here means that kopantar dharana samarthaha. So he, with that, in that controlling, self-controlling mood, he told this to Trishanku. Trishankum idam abravit. What did he say? Pashyame tapaso viryam.
Pashyame tapaso viryam.
Swarjitasya nareshwara.
Swarjitasya nareshwara.
Eshatvam sasharirena.
Eshatvam sasarirena.
Nayami swargamojasa.
Nayami sargamojasa.
Dushprapam swasharirena.
Dushprapam swasarirena.
Divam gacha naradhipa.
Divam gacha naradhipa.
So this is the statement. Idam abravit. What did he say? He said, Pashya, see. Pashya, as soon as we hear, we remember so many shlokas, right? Pashyaitan pandaputranam acharyam hatinchamum. Pashya etan kurun partha. That's his opening statement in Bhagavad Gita of Bhagavan, right? So Pashya. Pashya is see. Pashya me tapasaha viryam. Look at the power of my tapas. Me is mama. Me mama tapasaha. Of tapas. Mama tapasa shishti bhakti. Mama tapasaha viryam pashya. What kind of tapasaha? Swarjitasya. This tapas that I have is my self-earned. I'm a self-made man. Like that. Self-earned tapas. I have worked so hard for it. Now see what I'm going to do for you. Eshaha tvam sa sharirena nayami. This you, in your own body, I shall take you to where nayami. I shall take you to where? Swargam. To Swarga Loka. Ojasa, with my ojas. Tritiya vibhakti. With my ojas means with my yogic power, I shall take you to Swarga. What kind of a travel is this? Dushprapam. Prapyati. Prapnoti. Prapa is about arriving, reaching. So dushprapam, that activity which is very, very tough to achieve, that is very, very tough to reach. That kind of a travel I am giving you, where you can still go to Swargaloka in this own body. Dushprapam swasharirena divam gacha naradhipa. Go now, O King Trishanku. I am giving you, I am letting you, I have prepared you. We all have prepared everything. Now you can start your travel. Is essentially what Viśwāmitra is saying. Swarjitam kinchidapyasti.
Swarjitam kinchidapyasti.
Maya hi tapasah phalam.
Maya hi tapasah phalam.
Rajan swatejasa tasya.
Rajan swatejasa tasya.
Sa shariro divam vraja.
Sa shariro divam vraja.
After all this effort that I have done, yadi kinchidapi swarjitam asti. If there is anything, that is left or that is anything earned and is still with me, any power that is still left and that I have earned and is still with me. Mayahi tapasah phalam. If there is anything earned by me and the result of my tapas, Rajan swatejasa tasya sa shariraha divam vraja. If there is anything, if there is any power still that I have really earned, you will be able to go with your own body as you wanted. Divam vraja. Vraja means go, move. Gacha, vraja, chara. All these are various types of activities, various type of moving verbs. Walk, go, move, transport, such various such verbs. Okay. So, sashariraha divam vraja is again confirming, giving all confidence to Trishanku. Uktavakye manau tasmin
Uttavakye mano tasmin
sashariro nareshwaraha
shariro nareshwaraha
divam jagama kakutstha
jivam jagama kakutsa
muninam pashyatao tada.
muninam pashyatam tada.
Pashyatam tada. So, Uktavakye munau tasmin. After that, confidence and blessings from Viśwāmitra that, okay, go now. Sashariraha nareshwaraha. The Nareshwara, the king.
Sati Saptami Prayoga asti va itra.
Amam Sati Saptami. Tasmin munau uktavakye.
As soon as.
Tadanantaram iti. Tasmin munau uktavakye nareshwaraha sa shariraha divam jagama. So he has guided, has blessed, Trishanku started walking in with his own body towards divam jagama kakutstha. So again, story is back to Rama being told by Shatananda. Divam jagama kakutstha muninam pashyatam tada. In all the, while all munis are watching him, and Trishanku is going in his own real body. Yeah, so we will not discuss so much about it. If there were children, there is other, they'll say, how can he go like that in the body and all? Then I was thinking last night, what is the difference? Probably before, even in the current times, before all these spacecrafts were invented, they would have heard, everyone believes that, oh, you can go to the space only after, your body is gone and your Atma can go. But later, once spacecrafts were, invented and sufficient fuel, all of that was made. Initially, only unmanned flights were going, and then you could even send manned spacecrafts. So now we are seeing all SpaceX, etc. Right? So they prepare you. It is not normally you cannot go. So they prepare you. You have to do a lot of exercises, prepare yourself, do physically, mentally, and all of that. Wear all those dresses, carry different food, and then people are able to go. Sa shariraha. The difference is we cannot last there for long. But this yajna, with that yajna, they could send Trishanku to last there for long in his own body. We cannot last there for long, at least as of now, as of the current technology. So that's one point there. Sa shariraha divam jagama. So now let us see what happens then. Devalokagatam drishtva.
Devalokagatam drishta.
Trishankum pakashasanaha.
Trishankum pakashasanaha.
Saha sarvai suraganaihi.
Saha sarvai suraganai.
Idam vachanam abravit.
Idam vachanam abravit.
So, Devaloka gatam drishtva. Devalokam gatam Trishankum drishtva. By looking, by seeing the Trishanku who reached or who went to Devaloka, Pakashasanaha. Who is Pakashasanaha?
Government of Pakistan. I'm sorry, just kidding.
Oh boy, I didn't even think.
Shasana means Indra.
Indra. Pakashasana is another name of Indra. So Shakraha, Pakashasana, Indraha, of course, Suradhipaha, so many titles, right? So Pakashasana, Sarvaihi Suraganaihi Saha, along with all the groups, teams of gods, Idam Vachanam Abravit. Hey, he saw this fellow entering in a wrong channel. He's coming through green channel. He was supposed to come through red channel where there should be a lot more inspections done. So because he's coming through a different unforeseen, never before seen way, he's coming. So Suraganaihi Sarvaihi Saha Pakashasanaha Idam Vachanam Abravit. What did he say? Triśanku Gacha Bhuyastvam.
Yes. Puna.
Triśanku Gacha Bhuyastvam.
Triśanku Gacha Bhuyastvam.
Nasi Swarga Kritalayaha.
Nasi Swarga Krutalayaha.
Gruha Shapa Hato Mudha. Guru Shapa Hato Mudha.
Guru Shapa Hato Mudha.
Pata Bhumim Ivakshiraha.
Pata Bhumim Ivakshiraha.
Kshimita. Pata Bhumim Avakshiraha.
Pata Bhumim Avakshiraha.
So he said, hey, Triśanku, Gacha Bhuyaha. Go back again. Go back. Triśanku Gacha Bhuyaha. Tvam na asi Swarga Krutalayaha. You are not made for Swarga.
Sarga.
Alayaha is one layam. Yatra asamantat layam bhavati. That is alayaha. Where you are totally dissolved in it is called alayaha. 1 second. Yashwanji, I'm in Ramayana class. Can I call you after 1 hour? Anita's mother passed away. Oh. Yeah.
Toast de de.
Yeah.
Toast de de Ramala.
Send on NT, yeah? Okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry. So Swarga Kritalayaha. So you're not made to be living in Swarga. You're not prepared yet. Why? Guru Shapa Hataha Mudha. Oh Mudha, oh fool or stupid. You are cursed by your Guru and Guru's sons. So you have no entry into Swargaloka. You are not yet ready to be a resident of Swargaloka. So he's saying, Pata Bhumim, go back and fall back onto earth. Go back. Avakshiraha, without a face, meaning with shame. Shamefully go back. You have no entry here. Avakshiraha. Vakshiraha, a head which has speech. A face which has speech is Vakshiraha. Avakshiraha, without face and a speech, without a face to talk, which means shameful. Go back, you are denied entry in Swargaloka. Eva mukto mahendrena.
Eva mukto mahendrena.
Triśankura patat punaha.
Triśankura patat punaha.
Vikroshamanas trahiti.
Vikroshamanas trahiti.
Viśwāmitram tapodhanam.
Viśwāmitram tapodhanam.
So as he fall back, Eva muktaha mahendrena, thus denied and sent back by Mahendra, Triśankuhu Apatat, he fell back. Punaha, he fell back to the earth again. His trip failed. Vikroshamanaha, with all krosha. Vikrosha. Akrosham is much more anger. Vikrosha is grief, crying with failure. That grief kind of failure. So Vikroshamanaha trahi iti viśwāmitram tapodhanam. So he prayed, oh, protect me Viśwāmitra, I'm falling down again. Na idhar ka na udhar ka ho gaya, na ghar ka na ghat ka. Please, take care of me, kind of a prayer. Trahi iti viśwāmitram tapodhanam. Tat shrutva vachanam tasya.
तत्तुच्छ्वावतनं तस्य
Kroshamanasya kaushikah.
क्रोधमानस्य कौशिकः
Kroshamanasya kaushikah.
क्रोशमानस्य कौशिकः
Krodhamaharayat tivram.
क्रोधमाहारयत् तीव्रं
Tishteti chabravit.
तिष्ठेति चाब्रवीत्.
So tat shrutva, by listening to the prayer, trahi prayer of Trishanku, immediately Kaushikaha, krodham aharayat, he has again invoked the anger. And tivram, immediately, and said, Tishta, stay there, don't fall back, hold yourself somehow, hold on there. Rishimadhye sa tejasvi.
ऋषिमध्ये स तेजस्वी
Prajapatiriva
प्रजापतिरिवापरः
Srujan Dakshina Margasthan
सृजन् दक्षिणमार्गस्थान्
Saptarshina Paran Punaha
सप्तर्षीनपरान् पुनः
Nakshatramalam Aparam
नक्षत्रमालामपराम्
Asrujat Krodhamurchitaha
असृजत् क्रोधमूर्छितः
Dakshinam Dishamasthaya
दक्षिणादिशमास्थाय
Munimadhye Mahayashah.
मुनिमध्ये महायशाः.
So now Vishwamitra's creative skills, he starts applying them. The production skills, or the manufacturing skills, architecture skills, all of that. So Rishi Madhye, so he said, hey, hold on there. And Rishi Madhye, in the midst of all these rishis, Saha Tejasvi, Aparaha Prajapatihi Iva, like another Prajapati, like another Brahma. Just as Brahma is the creator, just like another Brahma. Aparaha Prajapatihi Iva, Srijan, he has started creating.
Created, yeah.
Dakshina Margasthan, towards the south side of the Svargaloka. So which means somewhere in the center, in between earth and the Svargaloka, somewhere in between, hanging around. He has created Saptarshin Pura Aparan Punaha. He has created other Saptarshi Mandala. Nakshatramalam. So we say Saptarshi Mandala, right, of Nakshatras. So similar Nakshatramala of Saptarshis he has created. That means he has created another space, another galaxy.
Yeah.
Nakshatramalam aparam asrujat. He has created. So while creating Saptarshis, he has also created the entire constellations of stars. Nakshatramalam aparam asrujat. Krodham urchitaha, filled with anger, filled with all that. Filled with all that, anger or whatever, not anger, but filled with all that, vengeance or that revenge to
rage.
With that rage, correct. Filled with rage, he started creating and completed creating the entire space there.
Rabas iti, rabas revi, rage, furious.
Yeah. So Dakshinam Dishamasthaya Munimadhye Mahayashaha. By standing towards the south of Divloka, he has created all this world again. Srishtva nakshatra vamsham cha
Sruštva nakshatramamsham cha
krodhena kalushikritah
krodena kalushikritah
anyam indram karishyami
anyamindram karishyami
loko vasyadanindrakah
loko vasyadadindrakah
daivatanyapi sakrodhat
daivatanyapi sakrodhat
srashtum samupachakrame.
srushtum samupachakrame.
So he said finally, Srishtva nakshatra vamsham cha. Not so entire stars. Initially, so in English there is everything is a star, but for us there is Tara, there is Nakshatra. Tara are each individual ones. Nakshatra is a group of them. So initially created Tara Mandalam, and then Srishtva Nakshatra Vamsham, all the 27 Nakshatras, Vamsham cha, all of their lineages also having created that. Krodhena Kalushi Krutaha, he got mad. He got mad. He got mad with anger, and he said, Anyam Indram Karishyami. Hey, I shall, create and nominate another Indra. Why should there be only one Indra of that Swargaloka? I'll create another Indra for this new world that I created. Anyam Indram Karishyami. Lokova syat anindrakaha. Or the worlds may have no Indra, or a world without an Indra. An-indrakaha, meaning one with Indra. Anindrakaha, without an Indra. Anindrakaha lokaha vasyat. Or I'll bring that Indra and put him here. That means that the original one may be without Indra also. Either I'll create a new Indra here, or make that world without an Indra. Damn it. Kind of anger and rage. Daivatanyapi saha krodhat srashtum samupachakrame. And he started creating all the divine forces. Daivatam. Daivatam means the divine force. Divine force of thinking, divine force of power, divine force of wind, divine force of all the divinity forces that is there inside us, outside also. Antar bahischa, tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha, right? So that divinity forces, all the divinity forces, he started creating one by one. Tatah parama sambhrantaha.
Tatah parama
Sambhrantaha.
Sambhrantaha.
Sarshi sangha surasuraha.
Sarshi sangha surasuraha.
Viśwāmitram mahatmanam.
Viśwāmitram mahatmanam.
Uchu sanunayam vachaha.
Uchu sanunayam vachaha.
So tataha, then as he started creating all this, not only did he create the new galaxy of stars and constellations, and he started creating all the divine forces there. So then tataha parama sambhrantaha. I mean, nobody imagined that he will go to that extent, and that he has so much of creative skills, manufacturing skills. So they were all overwhelmed, amazed. And so parama sambhrantaha sarshi sanghaha, all groups of rishis, sura suraha, all the gods, suraha asuraha cha, all of them, viśwāmitram mahatmanam uchuhu, all of them told to Viśwāmitra, sanunayam vachaha. They've said this sentence, this speech, sa anunayam, as we said last time also, right? Anunaya is to lead. Anunaya, to lead you to follow. So which means normally we say anunayam is vinayam, anunayam, these are all to obedient, follow kind of adjectives. But literal meaning is you convince him and lead him towards a proper thought or towards a proper activity. Anunayati is you lead him towards. So anunayam vachaha. They gave him a very convincing talk. What did they say? Ayam Raja Mahabhagah
Ayam Raja Mahabhaga
Guru Shapa Parikshatah
Guru Shapa Parikshataha
Sa Shariro Divam Yatum
Sashariro Divam Yatum
Narhatyeva Tapodhana.
Narhatyeha Tapodhana.
Hey Viśwāmitra, don't you know Mahabhaga, oh great one? Don't you know? You know it, right? So in a way, sort of pleading, convincing way. I am Raja, this Raja king, Guru Shapa Parikshataha. He was already hurt and wounded with the curse of Guru. That means he has lost his qualifications of blessings, certifications from everyone. So he's not thoroughly authorized because he's already cursed by his Guru. So, sa shariraha divam yatum na arhati. So, hey, na arhati eva. It should be eva. So, he's not eligible to go in this body, especially because he is cursed by his own Guru and Guru Putras. So, Tapodhana, don't you know this? In a way, they are trying to plead that. Tesham tadvachanam shrutva
Tesham tadvachanam shrutva
Devanam munipungavaha
Devanam munipungavaha
Abravit sumahadvakyam
Abravit sumhadrakyam
Kaushikah sarvadevataha.
Kaushikah sarvadevataha.
So Kaushikah Tesham tadvachanam shrutva Devanam Tesham Devanam vachanam tadvachanam shrutva. That Munipungavaha Kaushikah, by listening to that, that statement or that convincing speech of all the gods, so Mahadvakyam, great reply or great statement he made, Abravit, he made this great statement to Sarva Devataha. He addressed all the gods with this super statement.
Parikshaya.
Parikshataha. Kshataha is wounded.
Wounded.
So Parikshataha, wounded all over. Wounded with Guru Shapa. And so he's become Chandala, right? And Chandala meaning not only color and shape, but he's also, lot of pus probably and all, right? So wounded, unhealed wounds physically also. Parikshataha, all around wounded. So what did he reply? Sa sharirasya bhadram vaha. Sa sharirasya bhadram vaha.
Sa sharirasya bhadram vaha.
Triśankorasya bhupate.
Triśankorasya bhupate.
Arohanam pratignyaya.
Arohanam pratidnyaya.
Nanrutam kartumar utsahe.
Nanrutam kartumutsahe.
So he replied back, talking the philosophy. He said, Bhadram vaha, I hear you, all the best to you. Good, glad to hear your speech, convincing me. But Sasharirasya Triśankoho Bhupatehe Asya Bhupatehe Triśankoho Sasharirasya Arohanam Pratignyaya, by having promised him that with his own body of this king Triśanku, I will let him ascend Arohanam, ascend to Divloka. Having promised that, na anrutam kartum utsahe. Now I cannot go back on false promise. Ritam, anritam. Ritam is this truth as told, or truth as accepted by Vedas. Anritam is false, not accepted by Vedas. So what does Veda say? Satyam vada. So I have already given a promise and I cannot go to get convinced by you to ask him to forget it and come back and go to Ayodhya. I cannot. Na kartum utsahe. I cannot do this I cannot break my promise, essentially what he's saying. Swargostu sharirasya
Sargostu sasirasya
Trishankurasya Shashvatah
Trishankorasya Shashvatah
Nakshatrani cha Sarvani
Nakshatrani cha Sarvani
Mamakani Dhruvanyatha.
Mamakani Dhruvanyata.
So he's saying, so and hence, sa sharirasya trishankoho asya svargaha astu shashvataha. Whatever I have created for Trishanku to be in this body, let that world be permanent. You guys don't interrupt, you guys don't interfere, is what he's trying to tell all the gods, all the rishis. Svargaha Trishankoho asya sharisa sharirasya shashvataha astu. Let it be permanent, including nakshatrani cha sarvani, all the nakshatras that I have created, mamakani, created by me, dhruvani, let them be certain, let them be stable and permanent, forever. Yaval loka dharishyanti
Yaval loka darishanti
tishtantvetani sarvashah
tishtantetani sarvashah
matkritani suras sarve
matkritani surah sarve
tad anujñātum arhatha.
tadajñātum arhata.
So he's saying arhatha means it is Madhyama Purusha lot bahuvachanam. So he's telling, hey, all of you, may you all make sure that yavat lokaha dharishyanti tishtantu etani sarvashah. As long as all other worlds will live and exist, so long you all can make sure, enable, help me, support me, that this world that I created also will exist. Yavat, as long as tavat, as long as lokaha dharishyanti, tavat sarvashaha, by all means, etani tishtantu. These worlds, these gods and all that I have created, may this also stay so long. Mat kritani suraha sarve, O gods, everything that is created by me, sarve mat kritani tad anujñātum arhatha. May you kindly, sort of approve it. Anujñā, order, but in this case approve. May you approve that there is all, my world also will stay as long as all other worlds stay. Why? Because I cannot break the promise. So what? If I break, it becomes anritam. And gods, can you tolerate anritam? You cannot. So make sure that whatever I attempted and created, that it stays forever, so that my promise given to Trishanku is not broken. That's the speech he tried to make. Eva mukta sura sarve
Eva mukta sara sarve
pratyuchurmunipungavam.
pratyurchurmunipungavam.
So thus, as all gods heard this, they replied back to Munipungava Viśwāmitra. What did they reply? Evam bhavatu bhadram te
Evam bhavatu bhadram te
tishtantvetani sarvashah
tishtantvetani sarvashah
gagane tanyanekani
gaganentyanyekani
vaishvanarapatadhi
vaishvanarapatadhi
nakshatrani munisreshtha
nakshatrani munishreshto
teshu jyotishu jajvalan
teshu jyotishu jajvalan
avakshiras trishankuscha
avakshiras trishankushcha
tishthatvamara sannibhaha.
tishthatvam marasannibhaha.
So finally gods have said, all right, now you have sort of tied our hands. We can't do anything. Astu, evam bhavatu. Amen. So be it. As you have said, so be it. Evam bhavatu. Bhadram te. Okay, all the best to you. Tishtatu etani tishtantu. etani sarvashah gagane tani anekani viśvāmitra. So, all right, just as everything that you have created, may all of them stay as it is in the space, gagane. Viśvāmitra. Vaishvanara is one of the gods, and so in his path may all of these remain there. Nakshatrani also, Munishrestha, Teshu Jyotishu Jajvalan. The whole world, Jyotish, is about illumination. Right? Jyoti is light, illuminate. Illuminating bodies, study of them is Jyotish Shastra also, right? So Jyotishu, in these illuminating bodies, Jajvalan, well glowing, well lit, may avakshiraha trishankuhu tishtatu. May this trishanku, may he stay in this well lit, well illuminating bodies of this new world that you have created. May he stay there as tishtatu amara sannibhaha, like amaras, like those immortals that are in the Divloka. So also this Trishanku, as per your promise and your abilities, may he continue to stay in this world. Anuyasyanti chaitani
Anuyasyanti chaitani
Jyotimshi nrupasattamam
Jyotimshi nrupasastamam
Kritartham kirtimantancha
Kritardham kirtimantancha
Swargaloka gatam tatha.
Swargalokam gatam tatha.
So, Anuyasyanti cha etani. These will also keep moving with him. Jyotimshi nrupasattamam. All these that you have created, they will continue going with Nrupasattama, with this Trishanku. Swargalokam gatha. Kritartham, having fulfilled your desire, your wish, having fulfilled your wish. Kirtimantam Swargalokam gatam tatha. As just as if Trishanku would have gone to Swargaloka, so also this entire world will continue to be with the Trishanku wherever he moves, wherever he lives, as long as he lives. Of course, they said Amara. Viśvāmitrastu dharmatma.
Viśvāmitrastu dharmatma.
Sarvadevairabhishthuta.
Sarvadevairabhishtutah.
Rishibhischa mahateja.
Rishibhischa mahateja.
Badhamityaha devataha.
Badhamityaha devataha.
So, Viśvāmitraha, Dharmatma Viśvāmitraha, Sarvadevaihi Abhishtutaha. Shtutaha is Stutihi. Stutihi Krutaha. Stutihi yaha Praptaha, Saha Stutaha. Abhihi, so it becomes Abhishtutaha. There is a Ta becomes Ta because of the Visarga Sandhi before. So, Abhishtutaha, thoroughly praised. Viśvāmitra was thoroughly praised by all gods also. Wow, good. Everyone have congratulated him, praised him for his unforeseen creation ever before. So Rishibhihi, by all the rishis and by all gods, he was praised. Mahatejaha, Badham Ityaha Devataha. All gods also said, Badham, wonderful. Okay. So no fights. Okay, finally, okay, fine. You have tied our hands with the Anrutam condition. And so, all right, let it be. Tato Deva Mahatmano.
Tato Deva Mahatmano.
Munayaschatapodhana.
Munayaschatapodhana.
Jagmur Yathagatam Sarve.
Jagmur Yathagatam Sarve.
Yajnasyante Narottama.
Yajnasyante Narottama.
Finally, even though originally when he did Avahanam, no gods came for bhagartham. Tad bhagartham nabhyagaman. Right? But now, with this new creation and his declaration that, hey, I will make your world without Indra or create a new Indra here. Then they said, oh, no, there should only be one Indra. So all gods have come. Finally, they have negotiated with Viśwāmitra and in a amicable manner, they have blessed him and said, all right, your world also let it continue. Fine, you have a different constitution, you have a different system, etc. Let that continue. So, tato devaha mahatmanaha tapodhanaha munayascha yajnasya ante narottama yatha agatam sarve jagmuhu. Just as they have come towards the end of this yajna, all of them, all the munis, gods, great mahatmas, all of them, they went back. Is what is how this sarga is completing. Which means finally gods also have come, not for the original avahana mantras, but for the other threat that Viśwāmitra created. Finally, all of them have come and showed up. Ityarshe Srimad Ramayane Valmikiye Adikavye Balakande Shashtitamas Sargah. So we have completed 60 sargas, 17 more sargas, and Balakanda will be over very soon. That means another 17 sessions at the most. We should be able to complete Balakanda, which will be a great achievement for us. I do not know how many other groups sessions have even read the entire Balakanda. See, there are several groups who read entire Sundarakanda, those who read entire Bhagavad Gita. Some places even do Bhagavata Parayanam also. But reading entire sloka by sloka of all 77 sargas of Balakanda itself is great. Because for two reasons. One, any Ramayana pravachanam that you hear also, normally, they will be covering Ayodhya Kanda onwards, most of that part of stories. And if you see in these stories, there is not much of Rama himself. But this is what Rama learned from Viśwāmitra. This is what formed Rama about, hey, how should I be ruling going forward? What should I be standing up for? What should I be living for? All that foundation that formed Rama as Bhagavan Sri Rama is in this stories of Balakanda. And so this forms the foundation for that Rama's path, which is actual Ramayanam. And of course, Ayodhya Kanda onwards, Aranya Kanda, all of those are fantastic lessons. Each sarga could be a lesson, and we will enjoy all of that. But I'm very hopeful and glad that in another 17 weeks will be about four and a half months. Maybe by summer, by July, probably June, July, I think we will be completing Balakanda. And by Sri Ram Navami itself, we will enter Dhanurabhangam. That is where we are heading towards. Right? We should hear the Dhanurabhanga and let's make merry that day on the Sri Ram Navami day itself, if possible. But if all of you think you have your pujas respectively to do, etc., we can do it on the next day.
Okay.
Anyone has anything to comment, say? Before all of you leave. Anyone has anything to say?
No, Dhanyavada Mahodaya.